So, it looks like we're done Avatar, guys. This is the end. So, what's up? How's it going? Hope you guys are all having a great day. I have the OST playing in the background, and hopefully it won't be too distracting. And you guys can hear me well. It's just to add to the feeling of this video. So if you want more quicker, kind of like shortened up, condensed video, then you're gonna have to go to the review, because this is gonna be a long video of me talking for like an hour of just Avatar and stuff, blah blah blah. And it's gonna be a big discussion. There's gonna be maybe long pauses and stuff like that. This video won't really be refined. It's just us chilling out and talking about Avatar and everything about it, my journey, my thoughts, review kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want more specific kind of thing, maybe the review if you want it faster in 5 to 10, 15 minutes. This is going to be a long video at least. I'm expecting 40, 30 minutes, which I'm hoping somewhere around that, maybe less, I don't know, maybe more. So first things first, we're done Avatar. I finished the series, season 1, 2, and 3, as you guys know. And for some of you new guys, I did a blind commentary on the whole series on my channel. Some other videos are on private, but they're going to be back up in season 2 and in season 1. Don't worry, eventually they'll be back up. To all my seasoned veteran friends here that joined the boat since the beginning, well, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a great day, and let's get started. So as you can see, cued in at the right time, but yeah, okay. So Avatar stuff. So we started with season 1, and it was quite a crazy journey, I'll be honest. First starting out the series, I had no clue it would turn out into this, of like what Avatar is now, especially at the end of the 3rd season. Meeting a bunch of new characters, and I have nothing to say against the series. Everything I could have done well, it did well. I think one of the only things that kind of made me go nuts was the fact that it felt kind of short. It really did. But the journey for Avatar, it's over. I mean, at least for normal Avatar, because we still got Korra, we still got the comics. Korra won't be released until a month from now, March 21st, maybe pushed to the 28th. We don't know yet. Well, I don't know yet, because as I said, comics, movie, a few other stuff, the review, that's going to take a while to do, and the chibi shorts and a bunch of other stuff. So there's quite a bit of stuff to be done before we start Korra, and so we can actually close and finish off Avatar, smoothly. Not end the chapter, because I don't want Avatar to just be some not bad, but like past memory that's gonna be forgotten. I'm sure I'm always gonna bring it back once in a while on my channel somehow, like 3 top episodes, or 3 top characters, or just random stuff, just for the fun of it. But it was cool while it lasted. Now, when I first started this channel, and when I started watching more and more anime, one thing I wanted to do was that when I started any series, I didn't want to really get too attached to it. Just kind of like having fun, casually watching it, and not try to get too attached. It's like someone that's watching a series just for the fun of it, and someone that's watching a series because they actually love it. It's like, how do I explain it? Like, I watch a series to try and not get attached to it, but just for the fun of it. And Avatar wasn't like that. I was able to swing around with a few other series, but Avatar, it's like I really got attached. From the moment we first see the characters and we're introduced to them, I got attached to them immediately. It was an awesome series. I mean, they did everything well. I got attached to the characters pretty much immediately. And being kind of a fun, lighthearted person. Katara being, I guess you could say, someone who, to a certain extent, I guess you could say, keeps the group together. Isaka being sarcastic and funny and smart and intelligent, and getting all the girls too. And first time seeing Zuko, and the way they presented it was absolutely amazing. And I remember first seeing him, the first time I was seeing him, and I was like, Jesus, man, this guy, this guy looks pretty tough. And then we're presented with Iroh playing, you guys might know it, I don't know. I know he plays Paisho, but it wasn't Paisho he was playing the first episode. It was like those little card things. We see it a couple times throughout Avatar Last Airbender. Like I said, I'm not as experienced as much as you guys are in these kind of things. Like, the very small things I won't be able to point out. But, because I haven't watched the show like 6 times, I only watched it for like the first time, which I just finished not too long ago, so... I'm sure some of the flaws, you guys are going to be able to point them out. Not flaws, but like stuff, so, yeah. No, I mean, so there's that. One, they literally presented Zuko, I think, in the best way, like, with the whole flare, then, like, Zuko finding them. That was the first episode. And then the second episode, man, I think that's where like, after the first episode, I was like, okay, this is going to be one hell of a series. You know, it's not something that's grounded and that's limited. This is when I first finished the first episode, I was like, this is something that has a lot of potential. And, you know, from there on, I was like, I gotta watch the next episode. And, you know, watch the second episode. And, I found it to be interesting. You know, Aang gets kicked out of the village, obviously. Which I don't think they ever unkicked him, like unbanned him from the village or whatever. What's the name for it when you're kicked out of like a land? Like the medieval term they use. Whatever. Anyways, like he was never allowed back in, I think. Oh, we got some nice music in the background. We can probably put it up a notch. But, yeah, so there's that, and then, I'm trying to remember each episode as much as I can. I'll have my list right here, and then, episode 3, well, at the end of episode 2, I think where I really found my appreciation, not my appreciation, but my love for the show, was, when he was pretty much getting out of Zuko's ship, and especially leading up to the part where he fell into the water and he went into the Avatar state, which by then I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that if he was in the Avatar state, he was also, like, if he got killed, it would script a reincarnation. I didn't know any of that. So I was just like, okay, white glowing eyes. I know it's supposed to represent him going, like, super badass mode, and that's something that's the only stuff I knew back then. And seeing what he did there, I was going absolutely nuts because, to be honest, I haven't really watched that much anime or cartoons or TV series, so for me it was like the first time I actually saw like some crazy stuff. I never even watched Dragon Ball Z, but the worst part is I played the Game Boy game. But anyways, back to Avatar. So by then, I knew I was gonna be in mad love with the series. Which, to be honest, I'm getting a bunch of notifications because I just uploaded the last episode. So you guys are probably going to see this right after. I don't know, sometime. Sorry if you can hear me drinking, by the way. It's just because I'm going to be talking a lot. I'm expecting this video to be at least like 40 minutes. And this is really just a video for like the people that just want to like hear me talk about everything. Like, just go off like on some like random rant. So I'll just be talking about more like I'll resume back to episode 3, but I'll just be talking about like kind of like summing up every single episode I can kind of remember, and you know, my thoughts, and then I'll go after all of that. I'll talk more about the series in general, and I'll be giving you guys a straw poll vote, which is gonna be in the description. And the straw poll vote, it's a vote. Everyone can vote. It's not something you have to pay for. Blah blah blah. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't roll that way. I post this content because I love to post it. I love to share this stuff because I love to share it. I'll bring this back up later as to why I uploaded Avatar and why I do commentaries. Anyways, so the straw poll is you get to vote. You can vote any number of times. Well, you can vote for any of the things. Like you can vote for 2 things, or all 3 things, or all 4 things. And what it is, a straw poll vote, it might be a bit different from the way I'm explaining it, but it's a way to bring back Avatar when my channel is not going to be uploading anymore. So let's just say 6 months from now, I'm done Korra, and lip is cut, but yeah. So let's just say in 6 months from now, we're done Korra. Now I'm doing Fairy Tail and Black Butler and Danny Phantom and Fullmetal Alchemist and some other series, and there's no more Avatar. How do I bring back Avatar? So something I've been thinking about while I was working, and I came up with some really nice ideas. Now, one of them, I'm probably gonna have a few in the straw poll, which I won't explain by this time. One of them is gonna be, I try to voice act the characters. I read the script off and try to voice act the characters for the episodes. So there's either that, or I can do reviews and specifically like each episode. Not only that, I can go into more detail for Avatar. That's going to be uploaded once in a while after I'm completely done Avatar and Korra. And there's probably going to be a few other things in the straw poll, like trying to think, stuff that's going to allow me to it's going to be something that's going to allow me to keep Avatar, somewhat alive on my channel. It's not something that, like I said before, I don't want it to be some random memory of a series. Especially, it's gonna be the same thing probably for Fullmetal Alchemist. That's another series I'm enjoying a bunch right now. But Avatar, man, it's like I can't let this just go by and be gone, man. It's like I can't just let Avatar be gone, especially like with all you guys. And this is gonna lead me to episode 3 of Avatar. So the Southern Earth Temple, and it's the episode where Aang gets to go visit his friends back home, his homies, his airbending homie, bald guys, and obviously 100 years later, all of his friends are pretty much gone, and the air nomads, and he sees Monk Yatso, goes completely nuts. I think even in episode 3 we see Zuko. I know there's a part with Zuko, I think it's when they meet Admiral Zhao. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Oh, there's actually 2 times this theme, huh? I didn't know. The OST for some reason has like 2 of the same things. Whatever. The main theme, the entry theme. Anyways. So I know there's Zuko with the whole commander. Whichever one's before. I think Commander is after Admiral, but whatever. Anyways, I think it was Commander Zhao back then. So obviously there was that stuff going on with, Aang and all of his friends, and then Zuko with Iroh, with Zhao. Then, episode 3 was good. It was definitely something that was different. For me, when I first watched episode 3, it was something that I think was good when they did episode 3 because it was a different setting from the second and first episode. If I can remember correctly, I could be extremely wrong, but I could be right. I know it's in the first few episodes where they're setting off to the moon at the end of the episode. Could it be the second episode? No, the second episode is when they're doing the whole planning thing for the going on the Ugami thing and whatever. But it's when they're setting off to the moon and there's the music playing. I think that's another thing that made me go like nuts over Avatar, especially back then. And when that was playing, I was like getting super emotional. I was like, I know I'm gonna love this series. I already knew it like 2 episodes ago, but I know it even more now. And to be honest, I know a lot of you guys, and it's funny because okay, well, I've actually dropped in subscribers quite a bit. Not that this really doesn't bother me because I actually gained a few and I lost a lot. Right now I'm at 280, and in basically the past 2 days I lost 11 subscribers and I gained 13, if I'm not mistaken, something around that. Which is interesting because I don't know. Oh well, anyways, so back to the Avatar thing. I know a lot of people hated me in the beginning for my rating system, because I rated the episodes low, but don't forget guys, that's the thing, I always try to explain it, and I'm guessing not everyone's always there when I'm explaining it, because maybe they stop at a certain part of the video, or they don't watch the video specifically, is that I don't know Avatar at all. You guys know what it is, but like, I know a lot of people got super pissed that I rated season 3, the episode 17 higher than episode 16. But that's from my perspective. I mean, I didn't know what the next episode was going to bring, and all that kind of stuff. And for me as a newcomer, certain episodes appeal to me more because, they're just like that. I'm a new guy. It's not like I've watched Avatar like 5 times. And, I know a lot of people have been going like ridiculously nuts over it with my rating system. But the thing is, I gotta make it credible. Like, every single episode, if I could have, I would have rated it at least like 9.8, 9.9, and 10s and 10s and 10s. But I limited myself to rating it a certain amount, so when there's an actual good episode, I can give it a 10. Like the ending, for example, or, even the second season or first season, I gave them pretty high ratings too. So, I'm sure if I were to rewatch Avatar again, all my ratings would be above 9.5. I'm pretty sure of it. But, so that's that. I mean, that's it. The things you guys know, I don't know. Like, people, I know there was one guy. I don't call out, but I know there was the one guy that got really pissed at me, and he got really, really pissed because I missed something obvious. What was it? I think it was something with the Avatar state and something else with firebending, and it's kind of like, I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Maybe I might have missed it, but I mean, I'm still kind of new to this show. Like, some things you're only gonna catch a second time while you're watching a show. So when you guys are always pointing out fun facts, I don't know. I like, there are always fun facts for me because I didn't actually know it. So like, I'm new to a lot of this stuff now. Apart from me complaining, well, not really complaining, just saying this as a disclaimer, it's gonna be like this for every single series, where like the rating system is always gonna be kind of like not really fair. And it's not how I actually think of the episode. It's just like an average, not even a proper average, to be honest. Because each episode, I always this song. Another. Shall we enjoy this, guys? But yeah, that's it. So the rating system, it's like, oh, it's a secret tunnel. I don't want this. Secret tunnel. Oh man, the feels. Second season, man. It's only at 17 minutes, and I'm really ready to make this like an hour and a half. But yeah, so, oh, there's a little bit of a silence there. So, as I was saying, the rating system, don't expect it to be like precise. It's not how you feel. Especially Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist, in the first few episodes, I gave it like 7.9, 7.5. But to be honest, I felt like it was more like 8.5 and 9s. Avatar theme remake. I got literally like 67 videos for that OST thing. It's not the official OST, I think. Some of them are, but some of them, they're just really cut out and edited the songs used for certain parts of the series. But anyways, so now we go to episode 4, Kyoshi Island. Now, the thing is, I have a pretty good memory and I have a pretty bad memory. Like, I can remember some really detailed stuff. And I remember the first exact day I was, like, literally, like, the first exact time I was watching Avatar was, like, yesterday for me. And same thing with every single other episode. I remember kind of pretty much everything. So, and just to let you guys know, I don't have any notes. I just have a list of the episode names. Just so if I forget, I can jog my memory of the complete episode. So, obviously, we have episode 4. This is the song I wanted. And it stops us from continuing into a frown. When the tunnel's as darkest, that's when you need a clown. Hey! Don't let the cave-in get you down, Sokka. Sokka. If you get what I'm doing. So let's just enjoy this for a second. I'm sorry if you guys are really don't watch this video if you're like you're in a rush. Like this is like a chill out video, guys. Like I talk about Avatar and we listen to Avatar.
We're not river people.
You're not? Well, then
Yeah,
what
that's
kind of people are you?
yeah. When they met them while they were doing their waterbending practice with the tentacle stuff. That octopus form. This song, that's one of my favorites from the Nomad songs.
Even if you're lost, you can't lose the love because it's in your heart.
I'm so good. Okay, let's get back to the video. From one another. But yeah, so episode 4, we move on to episode 4. So the Warriors of Kyoshi, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So,
yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but
the Warrior. Oh yeah, that's Secret Tunnel. This is getting a bit too distracted with the music. Secret Tunnel. Did it just stop? Okay. Oh, dude, not this song. Okay, guys, looks like we're gonna have to listen to this one too. Oh man, I'm tearing up again. Ugh. How can you do this to my heart, guys? Why does this series have to end here? Yeah, you see it. Actually, like right now, I'm actually crying. Not too much, but like a bit. And I'm surprised it doesn't show on this webcam. Probably because like the shadow that's here over my face. But I mean, it doesn't really bother me. Okay, so. Like I was saying, episode 4, Warriors of Kyoshi, that was kind of different. All these songs are really good. I'm serious. Okay, well, let's focus on what we were saying. You guys know this part from the last episode. Don't cry. Don't tear bend. Don't tear bend. Zuko Iroh reunion. Oh man. By the way, that was just a sniffle, so I wasn't actually crying. Don't worry. I don't cry on camera. Okay. Anyway, so I'm talking about crying on camera. I'm sure if I rewatched Avatar or watched Avatar without being on camera, I literally would have been bawling my eyes out when I finished it. I'm not lying. Like, I don't know if it's like some fear or something about humiliating myself, or you know, something like that, about crying on camera or video or whatever. Not that it doesn't really bother me, but yeah. Princess Yue, where did this come from? Anyway, so we have episode 4, so now we can finally talk about it. So episode 4 was kind of different for me. Considered the other episodes were kind of dark, this felt kind of different. Especially when we kind of first more so not familiar, because the 3rd episode we kind of saw the past avatars and all that stuff. But obviously there was Kyoshi Island with the warriors, the Kyoshi warriors, with the statue of Avatar Kyoshi herself, the past avatar, the earthbending past avatar of Aang. And then we have the Unagi, and Sokka being super sexist. If you guys can remember that pretty well, I do, that's for sure. That it's not a bunch, like, where's the guys that captured us, you know, that kind of stuff. Safe return. I think this was the theme that played in the 3rd episode. something that was like this. Yeah, this one kind of feels like it might have been for a different episode, but yeah, this feels more slower paced than what I remember. Okay. So I mean, episode 4 was pretty good. The fight with Aang and Zuko was pretty cool. Short and sweet. It was interesting that Zuko was able to find Aang. Obviously, you know, it's starting to get kind of common that he's following him pretty well. And then we have the King of Amashu, which when I first watched this episode, I didn't go nuts over it. It was an episode that I didn't go nuts over at all compared to the other episodes. It was kind of silly, it was funny, you know, the cabbage guy and, you know, Aang just using his creativity with earthbending and, you know, him and King Boomy sliding down the stuff and, you know, some of the old flashbacks from when he was not a lot younger, but like 100 years ago before he froze himself. Not froze himself, but got froze. Whatever. You guys know. It just got dark now. Dai Li headquarters. Yeah, no wonder it's dark. Betrayers. Sorry about the sniffles, guys. Can't do much about that right now. But, yeah, so there's that. That episode, I mean, I started to appreciate the episode around season 3. Or more around season 2. End of season 2, kind of going on to season 3. Where King Boomy says towards the end that, you know, Aang has a really big adventure in front of him. And, you know, the little speech at the end, if you guys can remember, that King Boomy says to Aang, I'm sure you guys remember because most of you saw it like at least a dozen times. But yeah, that I really found that part of the episode really, really good. It's definitely that something. It was cool. Oh, and then we got the Agni Kai theme, which I forgot was in the previous episode. So we got some crazy music going on in here, guys. The Agni Kai music. I'm getting a bunch of YouTube notifications just from uploading a new video. I think I got like 20-30 comments in the past like 2 hours, which was pretty insane. But yeah, quality over quantity, guys. Episode 6, I can't remember. Imprisoned. The only thing I can think about, oh, maybe it's the earthbending guy. The earthbending with his father. If it is that, I could be wrong. But if it is that, it was a decent episode. You know, Katara giving her speech and, you know, Aang doing his stuff. Obviously, they were stuck on a metal ship. But we know who can bend metal. Toph. Overpowered. Power over 9,000. Yeah, but Toph is pretty cool. And we have a spirit world where this episode I had mixed feelings about until the end of the episode, where Aang saw, it might have been this one or the one after. No, I think, yeah, okay, it was this one, where he meets Avatar Roku, and, you know, he's kind of explaining him that he has to go to the Fire Sage Temple to meet him for, you know, the important stuff. And we have Azula's theme, I'm guessing. Yeah. So there's that. I feel like it's too loud, so we're gonna put it down a bit. I really liked episode 8, Avatar Roku, the second part of the Winter Solstice, because it was awesome. Awesome firebending from Avatar Roku, or more like Avatar Aang, but Avatar Roku at the same time. And it was interesting stuff. I don't have that much of an opinion for the 8th episode, but it was really, really good. One of my favorite episodes of season 1. To a certain extent, obviously, you know, there was some cool stuff in it. And if I'm not mistaken, we had Zuko uses a little trick there with the smoke, but it didn't work for Mr. Zhao here. Which, I mean, I guess Zhao isn't that stupid after all. So I'm gonna blow my nose. Was the mic muted? I hope it was. Or not, this is gonna be a really stupid video to post, but I'll still post anyways. Yeah, so we have episode 8 being just cool, and Avatar episode 9, another cool episode. Waterbending Scroll, we got to see Katara being kind of silly in this episode, and one of my favorite parts was when they pretty much like Arrow having the Pai Sho White Lotus tile in his sleeve the whole time. One of the coolest parts. So obviously, I just wanted to say like the first few episodes and my thoughts. I won't go through each episode like in detail. Like I said, there's gonna be a whole voting thing for that. It's the link.
Remember when we were at the air temple and you found Monkey Atso's skeleton?
Monk State Mix.
So horrible and traumatic for you. I saw you get so upset that you weren't even you anymore. I'm not saying the Avatar state doesn't
Oh, apparently this is a remix.
have helpful power. But you have to
If anyone could send me the motion comics link, by the way, I'd really appreciate that.
much rage and pain is really scary.
Just enjoying the music, guys. I think we can enjoy the music well enough. This theme's pretty good. No, but as I was saying, so far getting into the halfway point of meeting Jet, to be honest, I didn't go nuts over Jet. And considering we kind of saw, you know, bit of stuff going on, not really between Aang and Katara, not too much, but until like season 2 and 3 we kind of saw it. But you know, seeing her with Jet and blushing, I was like, oh, okay, there's some tension stuff going on, you know, some crazy stuff. Not too funny, not too funny. Poor Aang, poor Aang, man. Then we go into the storm, actually the Great Divide, which, by the way, I found it to be pretty good. A lot of people said it was crap, but I found it okay. In the third season, in the episode 17, the Play movie, apparently, while they were going through the Great Divide, there was a joke of like not going there and just skipping it, which I found to be extremely hilarious. When I figured out the joke. Oh, we have a remix right here. Da-da-dum. But yeah, so that this Blue Spirit, I mean, I can go about every single oops, almost played an episode by accident. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely go into detail for each episode, but it would take me way too long, and I don't have a problem with that. But I think I'll go in general, go summarize, you know, book 1. Book 1 was great. Definitely did a good job of introducing us to characters. You know, I think if there's one honorable mention also that I'd like to mention, well, obviously we got to see a little bit of Katara and Aang stuff going on in the Fortune Teller episode. Obviously the ending of the season's always really cool, especially Zuko capturing Aang, which was pretty cool too. So with that said, crazy stuff in season 1. we move on to season 2, and when I moved on to season 2, I was like, geez, man, this is gonna feel different, and I was excited to start season 2. You know, it's gonna be something that was gonna be new for me. I was sure it wasn't gonna be the same feel as season 1, considering we were introduced to the characters already, we're familiar with them and their roles, and you know, all I'm expecting from season 2, and I kind of knew this from the beginning, was probably character development. I was really expecting it, and we saw it. We got it delivered. It was done well. We got to see Zuko's character development go through like heavy changes, and even the other characters like, you know, Katara and Sokka and Aang, they all went through minor changes, and we get introduced to Toph in episode 6, The Blind Bandit, one of the coolest characters of the show, one of the most badass, and one of the only people, or probably the only person at the moment, who can metal bend. So yeah, she's pretty cool and unique. Obviously, episode 1, I adored the episode, the Avatar State, because we got to see Aang go full crazy mode for when he used the technique of the jungle guy of Amashu tried using the technique for triggering the Avatar State, and he sunk Korra under the earth, and you know, Aang went all nuts and crazy, and you know, mad and all that stuff of above. So it was a good episode. Cave of Two Lovers, I actually loved this episode. I don't know why. I won't say it's my favorite episode, obviously, because the other episodes are just ridiculous. But people say that this episode, was not really good at all. A lot of people hate it. I think maybe romance-wise, it was decent. I'm never really against romance, but then again, I haven't watched that much cartoon or anime like a lot of you other guys probably did. But for me, it was something that was okay. Like, it was kind of different scene, or kind of felt different compared to the other episodes, since the other ones were a bit more serious. Some were serious, some were fillers, some were hilarious, some were sad. So this was kind of a different episode, which I liked. It was kind of like a mellow, it was a good feel kind of episode, and for me, starting out the second season and being in a great mood, I felt like this episode was absolutely great for me. You know, it kind of fit in with everything I was feeling at the time, and it was great. I liked the episode, especially the soundtrack. That's what really drove me to like this episode. That's like 90% of the reason I like that episode is because of the Nomad song. It was a decent episode. Okay, it was decent, but the soundtrack, I really liked it. Like, I like all the songs, but I don't know, the feeling, the setting just had me going nuts over it. And now, guys, I have to settle a score with you guys. I learned from the Sun Warrior Dragons how to fire bending, and now I'm gonna take my place as Fire Lord. Azula loses, like, she goes nuts. I really like this, like, a lot. Oh man, it feels. I'm ready to cry a second time now. Whoever's still watching this, by the way, congrats, man. We're getting into the 40-minute mark. You guys deserve a pat on the back. And if you don't watch this all in one sitting, it's understandable, man. Like, 1.5 hour or 2 hours, I don't know how long of Avatar talk. It's kind of long. I'm probably going to divide this into parts, probably. Like 2 parts, since I can't record it all in one night, probably. Because I want to watch some FMA after this and another series. But yeah. Last I can count, man. It's ridiculous. It's where we saw Zuko face Azula, and that was cool. It was really well done. I think the animation from that was ridiculous. But I won't talk about it just yet. I'll continue with my normal stuff. Cave of Two Lovers was good. Return to Amashu was okay, I think. One thing I liked about the episode was that we kind of saw King Boomy, which was a while, and that King Boomy gave info on like the next Airbending teacher, on someone who listens and strikes at the right time kind of stuff. That was good. And then we have the swamp episode where everyone's kind of hallucinating and, you know, seeing stuff like, I know for Katara was her mother, for Sokka was Yue, and for Aang it was Toph, who he didn't know at the time. So that was interesting to see again. Definitely, yeah, it was a good episode, and it was different. Not different that much, but it was kind of like we kind of got a bit of foreshadowing, especially for the whole Blind Bandit episode coming up. Avatar Day was another interesting episode. It was decent. We got to see Avatar Kyoshi. We got to see Detective Sokka do his stuff of searching and solving cases. And I think one of my favorite parts in the entire series is when Aang's in the prison. If only I could have known. I played this, by the way. I made a cover for it. You know that, right? I hope you do. I could probably link that too. That's another thing I plan to do. It's probably gonna be on the thing, like doing more ATLA like piano covers. Obviously, I'm not using an actual piano because I don't have the money. But let's look at the comments. 1,888 likes and 14 dislikes.
Drifting in the foam.
The feels, man. The feels. I miss this show. Me too, man.
Brave soldier boy.
Uncle Iroh alone is so vast. He makes his show 1,000 times more memorable, entertaining, amazing than a single character created by and I lost Huh. Pack your bags, kids. We're going on a field trip. Avatar Kuruk, is that right? Is he the Avatar with his wife getting like her face stolen? Anyways, so yeah, that's it. I plan to do more covers once in a while too, but it's gonna be like that for like all the animes. So yeah, we have that. So Avatar Day was a decent episode, but yeah, as I was saying, my favorite part was when he was in the prison with the other guys, and he was talking about Katara, and the other guys were kind of like, you know, supporting him, and it was silly. It was awesome, which was pretty cool. Let's be honest. Having these guys kind of like counseling or, you know, stuff like that. Now we move on to the Blind Bandit, which, to be honest, it was interesting meeting Toph. So we're gonna go into the introduction, Toph, then probably skip a few episodes through and then explain the other episodes. Toph was a character that I didn't know. I didn't know what to feel in the beginning, other than I was like, okay, this person likes to break rules and, well, not break rules, but this person seems kind of stubborn and maybe arrogant. But yeah, but that was me like back then. Like there was like just like first thoughts that came in my head when I saw Toph. But yeah, so pretty much that for that episode. But man, the boulder for the win, guys. Like no one can beat the boulder. I'm a big boulder fan. I should get like, guys, I should totally make like a t-shirt design for myself of like the boulder feels conflicted. Or like some cactus juice t-shirt, which someone already linked me. Apparently it's already made, which is kind of silly and awesome. So we have Zuko alone, which was interesting to see Zuko, you know, kind of being like a good guy, but at the same time, you know, we weren't too sure of like who Zuko was back then. You know, was he a good guy or a bad guy? And he's chasing Aang, but at the same time, we don't know what's going on. And then leads to the chase with, you know, everyone not really getting any sleep and everyone's getting pissed off, which I'm probably not going to sleep tonight because I want to record a lot of stuff. And we got, yeah, so the chase, you know, some interesting stuff. The soundtrack's actually kind of long. Oh, 3 minutes. It's not that long. Bitter work, yeah, and library. Library was okay. It was good. But looking through things now, I think I preferred Avatar Day a bit more than the library. But at the same time, I don't know, because it's like we learned the whole like the solstice problem with the Fire Nation, and that was really, really, really interesting. I've obviously episode 11 kind of continue a few of the stuff of Appa being gone. Oh yeah, so we're gonna have some of that onion banana juice stuff, right? Serpent's Pass, obviously, with the new baby called Hope. The drill episode, I loved the fight scene in that, by the way. City of Walls and Secrets, really creepy episode. Tales of Ba Sing Se, an episode that's worth crying to. Episode 16, an episode to probably feel really sad about. Episode 17 is an episode to feel sad and happy that the bad guy made the right choice. Episode 18, where that one character drives you completely nuts. And in 19 and 20, where things got really, really intense, and just as we were about to get overpowered, things shut down and everything's not going well. Just summarizing the episodes in like a few keywords. Yeah. There was something I just thought of thinking. I was going to say. Oh, now I just remembered. One thing Avatar did that no other series so far I've watched has done. The Avatar State. I just mentioned the title. That was it. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going like crazy or anything. But was that we got to have a good background story of like all the characters. It's I don't see in any other series. Obviously, not all series require, and some series are probably better without it. But it suited Avatar perfectly fine, and Avatar for the win. We got to see, especially Tales of Ba Sing Se, when we got to see like each character separately, and we have then this third season everyone doing their trips with Zuko except for Toph, and we have an episode specifically for Appa. We even have an episode more so dedicated more for Sokka, which was the Swordmaster episode. I forgot the name, but them learning from the firebending dude for the sword fighting. So we got to understand each character a lot, which was great. Especially Zuko. I think if there's one character we learn the most in their background about, to a certain extent, as much as we learned about all the other characters a lot, I felt like Zuko was like the most detailed, and it was really well done, especially showing how crazy Azula was when she was young, and that she's still crazy now, and she's even insane. I wonder where she is right now. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for season 2. I guess we're gonna go to season 3. Some of the stuff of capping season 3. The Awakening. It was a different episode. Seeing Aang with hair was kind of surprising. Not much to say except that Aang tries to go full hero mode and kind of fails a bit, but not that seriously. I mean, he was just trying to fly away and gain his honor. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. Apparently this is called the season 3 trailer. Man, when this must have come out, people must have gone crazy while they were watching the show, like while it was airing. I know I probably would have. I'm getting so many notifications. Oh, that's pretty cool. And that's it. So then there's the headband, which I liked. Apparently it's called the Footloose episode. But I don't know, I liked it. It was silly, it was fun, it was interesting. Cool episode, show that that the firebending people, the nation, the kids, the future people are all good people. To a certain extent, obviously, if they figured out that you weren't Fire Nation material or Fire Nation people, they'd probably kill you. But if you're a Fire Nation person, they're nice. Really, really nice. Then Painted Lady. which was, the first ever time I saw Avatar on TV. I actually saw like a clip from this, which was that. But other than that, like I had no clue what Avatar was. I just remembered exactly one scene from that episode, and seeing it, I remembered what it was. And I got super nostalgic of when I saw on that episode on TV when I was like 7 years old, or 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that. I forgot. I lost track. And then episode 4, Sokka's Master. Obviously, we got to see an episode that was more so dedicated to Sokka, which was cool. And then, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the episode, we got a little hint of the whole White Lotus, which was pretty cool. And then episode 5, the beach. Obviously, we get to see everyone complaining and doing their crazy stuff. At the end of the episode. And then Azula trying to get a boyfriend basically was kind of weird. The way she was saying her pickup lines and stuff like that, I don't know. It was creepy. And laughing. Oh my god, man. Azula, man, you're not made to be human. She probably should be one of those dragons, but she should be like the evil dragon for like bad fire or something. And then episode 6 was interesting. We got to see Avatar Roku. A bit of what was happening before, what led to now. The Runaway, another good episode. Puppet Master, pretty good episode. We got to see bloodbending. I found Puppet Master be kind of silly in the beginning with the storytelling, especially Sokka's story. Episode 9 was hilarious. I laughed so much in episode 9, it was ridiculous. It was too funny. It was way too funny. I don't know why it was funny, but it was funny. 10-11, it was decent. No, actually not decent. Sorry, really good. I almost completely forgot which episode that was. I was thinking of season 2 for a second. I was like, wait, what? Then, yeah, so good episode, good fighting. Western Air Temple. It was pretty simple, but good episode. Firebending Masters was another good episode. We got to see some really crazy stuff. We got to see a bunch of magical colors. The Boiling Rock, we got to see people imprisoned for both parts. So there's that. Then episode 16, the Southern Raiders, we got to see Katara and Zuko helping her. So this was a bit more focused on Katara, which was pretty good. She got her turn for the trip. And then episode 17, the Ember Island, it recaps everything to a certain extent. Obviously, there was some stuff where they were playing around and it was kind of similar to the movie and blah 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 blah. But still made you remember that you went all the way from season 1 to here. And that's why I liked that episode so much compared to other people that are like super experienced watchers of this show. It's because for me, it reminded me of season 1 and when I first started watching this, and when all of you guys joined in the bandwagon and the train for the Avatar hype. And it brought back some really old and good memories. Some memories of like a month ago, and some of them are like 2 weeks ago, and some of them are like 2 months ago, and 3 and 4, whatever. And then obviously Sozin's Comet, where everything goes down, where all of Avatar Aang's training goes to use, where all the big intense, where like all of his training comes to use. We get to see everyone in action. We get to see Suki. We get to see Suki. We get to see Katara going full waterbending style. We get to see Toph doing some crazy metal bending. We get to see Sokka with his boomerang and his sword. We get to see who else? We get to see all the teachers. The waterbending teacher, Sokka's teacher. There was the other guy, and then there was King Boomy. So there's that. I think it was the King of Amashu. Not the king, but the general. Was it Amashu or Boston? I don't remember. So there was those guys we saw too. You got to see Iroh and Zuko having a reunion, which was pretty cool. It was definitely a cool episode. I know I'm not giving that much emotion. I'm not showing that much emotion, but it was a really, really good episode. I really liked the last episode, like every other episode, to be honest. They put everything together. Each episode led to the next. Everything making more and more sense, and stuff happening, and it was crazy. Everything built up to this like one big moment. And even the build-up itself was amazing and intense. Everything was really great, especially episode 10, 11, with the whole Azula wasting their time kind of stuff. That was really, really smart and well done when she was evading them and, kind of using like a little trap against them when there was the solstice that was against, the Fire Nation. Did I say the solstice? I'm so stupid. So when I said season 2, episode 10, when they figured out about the solstice, it's not the solstice, it's the eclipse. I'm sure someone's gonna comment, why did you say the solstice, man? You're not a true fan. I'll link to this part where I just correct myself. Anyways, so the eclipse is, she was using her little plan that was really, really smart, well done. So we get to have the end credits right here. We're ending the video, guys. See you guys next. I'm just kidding. We're passing almost to an hour now. Yeah. So discussion wise, season 3 was pretty sweet. Everything was pretty cool. We got to have like a bunch of stuff happen. Avatar. Let's be honest. Avatar's pretty sweet. Let's see. Reconciliation. Yeah. That feels. I'm just gonna go in my corner, guys. But, Avatar was definitely a good series, and I don't regret watching it at all. It's funny to look back at, the first 3 episodes when I started. This series did kind of everything perfectly. The soundtrack, the setting was done perfectly. Everything was done great. I can't think of anything else they could have done better, other than, I really was kind of frustrated when I was at the end of Avatar. It was like, how is this the end? I was so confused when I finished Avatar. How to explain it? I don't know. I felt so confused. I was like, Flamios. I don't know how I felt. I was confused and sad and mad and happy and amazed at how they finished it off. Especially with everyone hanging out at Iroh's tea shop. Self-expression.
Maybe it was different in the colonies, Kuzan, but we don't do that here. Sure you do.
Wait, did you say Ong?
Kuzan, but we don't do that here. Sure you do. You have for generations. You think about it. It's a form of self-expression.
Wait.
No one can ever take away from you. Maybe it was different in the colonies, Kuzan, but we We don't
Oh,
do that.
Kuzan. Okay, I was thinking of On because I just watched the movie. um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember. Oops, I just let my thing fall. Um, everything was done well. I mean, season 1. You know, introduction done well. Like I said, like 3-4 times. Everything was great. Don't have any complaints at all. I think it was really good though, especially for Aang. Towards the end, when he didn't want to kill Firelord Ozai, and he was trying to find a way of how to, and with the whole like lion turtle kind of situation, that was pretty cool. Really cool. I think it was something that was, you know, good to keep the show interesting. You know, having Aang have this like a kind of like inner conflict. You know, Zuko becoming a good guy, that was cool too. You know, he made the good decision. And yeah. So now we're gonna get to more so towards the ending of this little discussion, and there may be a part 2 because I've only really discussed only a limited amount of things. There might not be. Like I said, guys, go to the straw poll to vote for anything. Give me ideas of stuff to do for Avatar. I mean, give me ideas, cause yeah, I can always use them. And obviously, yeah, I mean, just give me ideas. But you know, Avatar wise, I mean, it was one hell of a series, guys. And let's be honest, I had to watch Avatar again, I'd probably do it. I mean, might be boring for you guys, so I might watch it on my own free time and cry on my own free time, but yep. So I guess that ends here, guys. Thanks for tuning in from episode 1 all the way till the end. And you know, maybe it might not be the end, maybe it might, but hope you guys all have a great day, and it was nice having this fun adventure with you guys. And see you guys in the next video.